wonderful morning. Have you guys been outside? Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It's nice and cool and it just got my juices going. So I'm going to show you a different frittata, okay? And I'm just very excited about showing you this frittata because frittatas can mean a lot of different things. So what I'm going to show you today is, we have these potatoes that I buy organic, so they're starting to sprout. So what I do is I just take the little things off, okay? It's not going to kill me, it's not going to hurt me. And remember, we always have a little bowl right here to put the dingy in there. All right, so right now what I want to do is take these off. My potatoes have been very nice and washed and clean and scrubbed, so they are nicey now. Okay, so what do we have here? So what I'm going to be using today is I am going to be using some wonderful spinach. Yes, wonderful spinach. A half a red onion. I'm going to be using 3 little baby pepper. Look how cute they are. They're cute. They're so cute. I just love them. So we're going to be using just 3 of those guys. 3 eggs. 5 cloves of garlic. Garlic is very, very good. It's high on antioxidants and it's very good for you. So garlic is a good for you. I see. Okay, we got that taken care of. 2 potatoes, very simple. I have 2 green onions that I'm going to be using as well. And remember what I tell you guys, when you come home and you don't use your vegetables, cut them up and then put the name on them. And I do have some bok choy that I'm also going to be using on this. Why not, right? Bok choy is very good for you. It's very healthy. Okay, so I want to show you this little thing that I do, okay? Because it's very good for you to know this, okay? Hello, whoever's watching. All right, so I'm going to use an entire onion. Get a little container like so. Put your onion in the little container. Put a lid on it, okay? And then just put it in the coldest part of your refrigerator. And this is going to last you. Now that I'm done with this, boy, I'm getting a lot of people texting me this morning. You should be watching the show and stop texting me, okay? All right, so then I do have some fennel palm fronds. Remember, I always tell you, don't throw nothing away. We're going to keep it that, okay? And then just put the eggs and put them to the side, and my potatoes, put them to the side. For my herbs, I just have mint and wonderful fresh oregano that I grow. If you don't have that, don't worry about it, okay? I don't want you to stress. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. From my kitchen to your kitchen, from your cucina to your cucina, my cucina, I open my cucina just for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to chop my herbs, because what we're going to do is we're just going to chop. And then we're going to make this into a beautiful frittata. And you know the frittata by now, okay? A frittata, it's, let's see, what time is it? It's 9:44. So it's between breakfast, closer to lunch. So this, we're going to have this for breakfast. And what am I going to serve with this? I have some bananas that I need to be using, some apples. So I just make something fresh to put on the side. Okay, so now we have our herbs. Let's put those to the side. Very simple, easy process, guys. This is so easy because I want this to be easy. Okay, so now, new word. Aglio. Aglio. New word. Aglio. Garlic. Aglio. Okay. So now we just smoosh, just like so, very simple. Remember, this is not supposed to be hard, because I try to teach you the good part of the cooking, the good Italian cooking, because it's so good for you to cook your own food. And pretty soon you're going to go back to work, go back into the world, without knowing if there's all these little thingies, these little thingies called corona, and it's scary, and it's, and I know it's scary. But if you can stay home and work from home, even better for you, because you can always go out later. Okay, so now, because I worry for you, I pray for every single one of you. After all, I am an ordained minister. I am the joyful cooking ordained minister. All right, so what I'm just going to do with these guys, I'm just going to slice them, because you know what? Why not? It makes it a lot easy for you, for me too. Somebody asked me, do I get tired of cooking? when I get tired of cooking, this household knows, even the dog knows, okay? Because it's leftovers, and we have leftovers, but with leftovers, I always have to have something fresh to go with my leftovers. And that's maybe it's because it's the way that I was raised. Okay, so, I mean, you know, the box chart's already been cut up. You know, I just happen to put it in a bag. Remember, put the name on them and use it, right? Okay, so now some of this wonderful palm fronds that I call them palm fronds. Remember, I told you not to throw any. I'm just going to throw this part away, and I'm just going to slice it like so. You see what I'm doing? Just slice it like so. Why not use some of this wonderful greens? All right. So what I would do with this is I would just chop it. Okay, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, and chop it all you can. Turn around and continue to chop. Guys, we gotta have fun. You know, I've been in this house for 2 months. The only time I go out is if I go into my car and I go for a drive and we keep the windows closed. And it's, I can't wait. I can't wait till I go to a restaurant so I can have a break. But trust me, I will continue to show you how to cook. Okay. So I just have a little bit of fennel, just a little bit of fennel here to give it a little flavor. You know, remember what I tried to teach you is flavor upon flavor. Okay, good. So now, let me show you a very easy trick on the peppers. Okay, these peppers have all been washed. Everybody gets a very lovely wash in soap and water, and then they get rinsed very well. So what I do is I cut them like so. You see, like so. And then I just open them up. Look at that. And they show you the seeds, okay? I'm gonna keep these seeds because these are organic. And I have grown peppers out of the peppers that I buy at the store, believe it or not. So I'm gonna save my little seeds right over here. I'm gonna save my little seeds because I wanna keep my little seeds. If you don't wanna save your little seeds, then you can throw that away, okay? But don't be surprised if you throw it outside if it grows. My father, you know, he could just grow anything. God bless my father. And I'm so grateful that I had a father like I did because he was a hard man. Oh my God, I was not allowed to date. He wanted to marry me to an Italian, older man in Italy. When I was 15, I told him I'm killing myself if he does that. So he said, no, you don't marry me. I don't want to be married to at that time I was 15, married to a 40-year-old. And watch, now I'm 60-some years old. I'm like, hey, 40-year-old, you know, they were not that old. I have a daughter that is 40 years old. Okay, so now what I want to do, you know, kind of slice these guys up. I'm not even going to chop them because you know what? I don't feel like chopping, okay? If you don't feel like chopping, don't chop because it's supposed to be fun. Oh, fun. Okay, so now I'm going to move on my peppers over here. You see what a pretty color, you know, kaleidoscope I'm making here, all the pretty colors. I love food and I like the colors, but I need to lose a weight. Because me staying home all this time is making me more fat. But then again, you know, maybe I was a little fat, but don't tell anybody. Oh, the fat police is not here. Okay. So now what I want to do with these guys, I cut them in, you know, I cut them in half, and then I'm going to cut them in half again, so they're like so, okay? And because, you know, these, and I'm just going to slice them, okay? My father loved frittata with potatoes. Oh, he loved his potatoes, but his potatoes had to be crocante. Crocante. Okay, so we learned how to say aglio. Aglio. Okay, aglio is garlic. Crocante means crunch. My father loved them crocanchi and nice and cooked, you know, with color. Okay, so I'm just using 2 potatoes. 2 potatoes, 3 eggs, 3 little baby peppers, and 4 or 5 cloves of garlic because it's very, very good for you. A little bit of fennel, a little bit of herbs, my peppers, my half an onion. I'm going to clear the decks. My beautiful spinach. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? All organic spinach. Oh my God, I love this. Oh, and it, you know, and sometimes you get a little gift. And I think he must be, we don't know, but we're going to eat them anyways. Okay. So now, All right, so the eggs. On the egg, oh, wait a minute, that green. See that? I got aside the track because I was talking about something else. Okay, so now, you know, remember the little bowl that I told you? I am going to do my green onions. And you know, we love green onions. Green onions are delicious. They give a very good flavor. And it's good for your blood. You know, I was thinking today, you know, how in my my grandparents, you know, my grandmother liked going to doctors. I think she just loved talking to doctors. So I love, my grandmother was a very funny lady, a very, very funny lady, beautiful, beautiful woman. But, you know, they always knew what to use if you had a sore throat or if you had a cold, you know, and they would just go to the backyard and get everything they need. They hardly ever went to the doctor. They really didn't. They only went to the doctor maybe once or twice in 1 year. Okay, so the eggs. Remember what I told you about the eggs? Remember how we keep the eggs and then we crush them up. And we put this in our herb garden and we put this inside of the dirt. You have to watch the membrane side of that, and then you know you squeeze it like so, you see, and then you let it rain egg shells. And these are very, very good for your plants, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring me a little plate over here because I have a mayaca together today. And I'm going to use 3 eggs. These are organic eggs. I use everything organic. Sometimes organic is less expensive than the regular, but without all the chemicals that we do not need into our body, okay? So I am going to wash these guys later, not now, later. I'm going to put them on the side. I'm going to rinse my hands. Because it's important to wash your hands. Okay, to this very simple process, guys, I'm just going to add some black pepper. Okay, you see what I'm doing? Very simple, very easy. This is easier because you don't have to put a lot of stuff. Okay, I got my fadale. I'm not there yet. I am going to take my wonderful granulated garlic because we need more garlic. It keeps us healthy. And I'm just going to use a nice heaping teaspoon. Okay, I think I'm all done with everybody. I'm going to take this out. Here are the decks. All right, so I'm going to move this. Wait a minute, let me get my wonderful onion. Also, my wonderful bok chow that I already have that I need to use. And I'm going to bring everything over here on this side so I can go from this side. Okay, remember what I told you guys, the fadale. Remember the fadale, okay? So we're going to put the fadale so we don't get very dirty. Oh, wonderful. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. I did. I spent a lot of time in my garden taking care of my vegetables. All right, so now I'm going to bring my wonderful spinach over here. And come on, guys. It's time to go for a ride. Ooh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, let's see if you guys can see me here, because I want you to be able to see me and also the pan. All right, remember what I told you. We're going to put it on medium. I think you guys are getting really used to this. You know, a good 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, so the only protein here is going to be the eggs, okay? Which on the eggs we have added some granulated granulated garlic, pepper, and remember we have the spinach, we have the bok chow here, and what I want to do is we want to, you know, swishy, you know, put some air into those eggs. Okay, put some air into those eggs because right now we need to heat up our wonderful oil. Okay, put some air, guys. So how do I feel about things opening up and things of that nature? I have no comment, okay? For me, I am going to stay home as much as possible because I have asthma, and I do not want to get the, you know, this stuff. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. Okay, remember what I told you, a little bit of the salt, just to see if something is happening in there. Let's get a beautiful, and a pretty, one of my friends got that for me for my birthday one year. All right, so let me just add a little bit of a garlic. I'm gonna start adding my garlic. So as it heats up, okay, the garlic infuses with the oil, so it gives it a really nice, more flavor, okay? Remember, it's flavor upon flavor. Everything is flavorful. And I hope that you guys are trying some of my dishes, because, you know, these dishes are healthy, they're yummy, and we're using good fats, like, you know, with a really good olive oil, and I just love olive oil. Go figure, you know. It's interesting that, you know, we used to have a donkey in Italy, and the donkey was very important, because what you know, every other year the families would get together, and they would take the olives from the olive trees, and they would gather them in these huge baschetti, and they would take them to this other location, where they had the donkey with this big wheel, and the donkey will go around and around and around, and will ground the olive oil. And that is how my grandparents did it. That is how my parents did it in Italy, until of course they moved to Argentina, and then it was more easily available to get it there. But, you know, my grandparents, I mean, they, you know, we have it easy here in America, guys. We have it easy. In bathrooms and hot water, oh my God, and doors are open by themselves. Let me tell you, I can tell you about something about that story. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now everybody's going to come to the game here. My potatoes, everybody. And they're so happy. You know, the first time, you gotta understand, when I came to this country, I was 13 years old, okay? And I have never been to a grocery store. And I had gone with my father, and the doors automatically opened. And I got scared, and I jumped, and my father said, you see, even in America, the doors, they know who you are, and they open for you. I tell you what, I know it's not funny for you, but for me it's funny. Okay, so now I am going to add also my wonderful fennel that I already had, because, you know, we don't want it to go bad. You know, we don't want nothing to go bad in this house. And what better way to do it than to do it this way, okay? I still have it in medium heat. Alrighty. So don't you stress about nothing, okay? So remember, guys, woo! Wait a minute, there we go. Oh, look how professional I'm getting. But don't tell anybody, because I'm never gonna change my colors for nobody. I am still going to be Mama Elena. Well, I don't have to be your mama. I already have my kids. But if you need a mama, I'll be your mama, okay? You all can call me, text me. I love getting texts from you guys when you ask me to make you something. I love it when you tell me that your food is helping you to stay sane. Okay, now I'm going to add my wonderful onions. Look how beautiful that looks. See how beautiful that looks? You see how beautiful that looks? Okay. So, you know, for me, discovering America, when I came to America, oh, and I gotta tell you about the story. You're gonna love this story. When I came to America, I was 13. You know, I left everything behind. I left all my friends. I left my animals. You know, we used to have a beautiful farm with chickens. I would never go buy chickens or eggs, because we had them. You know, we had our vegetables, and then whatever we did not have, if our neighbors had it, you know, we would share. We would share. You know, we would give each other things. And so when I came to America, I always wondered you know what, I have not salted this yet, okay? I always wondered, you know, what did the Americani ate? You know, because, I mean, I've never been, oops, you're shaking. My camera got excited. Okay, it's my cell phone. So I was invited to go next door. There were these 3 little girls. One was Bridget. I can't remember all of their names, but in Pittsburgh, you know, they all have their houses next to each other, and we had a beautiful garden in the back, because that's the first thing my father did, was to plant a garden. And no matter where we went, we always had a garden. Okay, so I was invited to go to dinner. And, you know, her mother, her grandmother used to be Italian, the lady next door. And she, somehow, between my uncle that spoke English and my mother, they arranged for me to go have an American dinner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the herbs now. Okay. So, and I really wanted to see what is an American dinner, because, you know, it's dinner. Okay. So God bless this woman, because, you know, she really tried to really show a true American dinner. So, and I did not know anything about American cooking, because, you know, the way that we eat, my mother would always cook. So anyway, so she had made, which now I know what it is. When I was eating it, I didn't know what it was. She had made meatloaf, gravy, Jello, mashed potatoes, and green beans. All right. So remember, this is my very first time eating somebody else's food, and not my mother's food or my grandmother's food or my aunt's food. I've never had that experience. So when so when it starts to dry out a little bit, okay, just add a little bit of olive oil, not too much olive oil, just a little bit, okay, guys? So anyways, then continue the story here. But before I continue the story, because we did not put a lot of salt, I'm just going to do a little pinchy. That's it. That's all it's going to get. And then, of course, I got to have my spezzi. You know the spezzi. The spezzi, remember? Hot peppers, any peppers. And I love the hot peppers. Okay. So, you know, I go to her house. I know speaking no English. I know speaking no English. And she knows speaking no Italian. And she speaking English. So I sit down and they bring me a plate. And it's got this piece of dark meat. I did not know what it was. And it had all this other stuff, you know, like the mashed potatoes and the gravy. I've never had gravy in my life. The only gravy that some people call gravy is spaghetti sauce. We always call it sauce. We never call it gravy. Okay. So let's get that taken care of. Okay, for all those people that call it gravy, God bless you. You know what? That's fine. Is that how your grandmother and your mother taught you? Who am I to judge? I don't know judging nobody, okay? I love you. I love everybody. So I cannot judge you. I love you. I love you so much. Okay. So she brings me, so I took a bite. And I spit it out. Blech. I have no flavor to me. Because remember, you know, I cook with a lot of flavor. I cook with a lot of spices. So you know, I wanted to be polite. Thank God they had a dog. So I just kind of went like this, took it out very slowly, put it on the ground, and the dog ate it. Thank God for that, saved me there. So I got through that part, and then came the Jello. I have never in my life, in my 13 years of life, I never made a Jello. I never made a Jello. I didn't even know where he come from. I didn't even know how he was made. And it was jiggly. And it was so jiggly that I could not get it with the spoon. And it kept moving off the plate. And finally it just shoot over the table. Oh, mommy, I just wanted to hide myself. I wanted to cry, because here I am in this person's house. You know, they went through all that trouble, and I did not know how to eat the Jello. Okay, something as simple as Jello. And I can tell you that I made peace with Jello, and I love Jello. and it's been a long time since I had it. I should do it, but that was my first experience with an American cooking, and it was wonderful. I am so grateful to that, and to this day, when my mother was alive, we stayed friends with those wonderful Pittsburgh friends, and all of you that are from Pittsburgh, woo-hoo Pittsburgh, and all of you that are from many different places, woo-hoo to all of you. So that was my experience, and so my first 3 words that I learned were hello, 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 okay, goodbye, hello, okay, goodbye. And I thought I was really, becoming a very good Americano now that I can speak 3 words. Well, it did not work very well when I went to Peabody High School, because that's where I went, Peabody High School. So imagine a 13-year-old, okay, I think by that time I had turned 14, being sent without a word of English, without you speaking a word of English, and you're in a different country, you are sent to high school, and you have no idea where you're going. So that was a very interesting thing for me, and I had a new name. Kids in high school, they started calling me Guinea Guinea Wop Wop. Elena or Helen, oh my God. My name is not Helen. For all the Helens, I love you, all Helens. There was a lady named Helen of Troy, okay? So, okay, that's okay, okay. But mio nombre es Elena. Mio nombre es Elena Giuseppina Castellano di Jones, okay? That's my name, okay. So they started calling me Guinea Guinea Wop Wop. And the thing is, they did not understand why I would not get upset. Because I just thought it was funny. I would go, Guinea Guinea Wop Wop. Guinea, guinea, wop, wop, guinea, guinea, wop, wop, guinea, guinea, wop, wop. So every time they would call me guinea, guinea, wop, wop, I would do the guinea, guinea, wop, wop, dance. Well, I didn't understand what they were trying to do is they were trying to upset me. Upset me for what? I don't know. Because remember, it's our choice. It's our choice if we want to be mad or upset, and I wasn't going to do that. It was tough enough being 13 years old or 14 and being in a country that nobody speaks your language, and you want to hug everybody, and you want to kiss everybody. But you can't. Well, I learned that the hard way, not to hug and kiss, but that's another story, because it's a sad story, and you guys might get mad, and I don't want you to get mad, because that's the first time that I learned about prejudice, and I don't like the word of prejudice, because you know what, all the vegetables, you see how they all get along together. The potato knows it's a potato, and the garlic knows it's a garlic, and the garlic loves a potato because it loves a potato because it's a potato. And we should be loving one another. No matter what we are, no matter what nationality we are, no matter what color we are one creation, God's creation. Okay, that's enough for that. Okay. Okay, now I have preached to the choir. Okay. So I'm still cooking. You see, I'm still cooking because now we got the potati. The potati, potato. Okay, potate, aglio, padale, buongiorno. Oh, you guys are learning all kinds of Italian words. So what I want to do is, I am not burning anything. See, I have not left. You cannot, cooking is not for you to leave. Because the vegetables and the food wants to be with you. It wants to come together, to give you the best that they are, because they know who they are. They know their potatoes, and they know their garlic, and they trust me, they know. Okay, so because I don't have enough of vegetables, I'm going to add some more because you know what? Why not? We're still cooking the wonderful, and then I have enough for later to make another dish if I want to, which I probably will. All right, so I just added some more of my fennel, and this is going to be beautiful breakfast. It's going to carry into lunch. And then later this evening, we are going to have that wonderful pasta fagioli. I hope you guys got to see that. All right, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more, just a tiny bit of olive oil. I'm not using, you know, tons and tons and tons. You know, people want to be dipped in chocolate. I want to be able to bathe in olive oil. And let me tell you something about hair and olive oil. My mother, when I was little, you know, my mother would wash my hair, and she would never, you know, the conditioner was olive oil. You're not going to believe the stuff that olive oil was used. Olive oil, soap, olive oil, conditioner, olive oil, everything. My mother will heat up olive oil, and I had long, beautiful hair, and I was this little skinny little girl. I can't even get in my shoe now. I was so skinny. I was so skinny. And my mother would wash my hair, and she would let, you know, then I would dry it out in the sun, and then she would take out the olive oil, and she would put it all over my hair, and I would go out and play with that. Not with a lot of friends, but with a lot of cousins, because, you know, I had my cousins that live across the street, and I would play with them. My cousin Graciela, my cousin Juan, my cousin Lydia was around the corner from there. And to them that was normal, you know, because all of their mothers were doing oily, you know, putting olive oil on their hair, so it was no big deal. But I remember how the kids, when I was in South America, you know, they would tell their teachers that I smelled like garlic. But you know what? While they were sick, I was not. Okay, so now I'm going to put the spinach right on top. You see the spinach? Now the spinach comes in there because it's almost, look at this beautiful organic spinach. Look at that, not beautiful? And it's so good for you. So now I have my spinach in there. All right, so now I'm going to riminiati. Remember riminiati. Riminiati, what does it mean? To mix. Riminiati, okay, we are riminiati this. Oh, this is going to be such a beautiful frittata. So I am going to call this Fritatta 101. Because, you know, I have to come up with all of these names. But, you know, I don't have to really. But I do have, you know, on the YouTube channel. I'm having fun with that because people are going in there and they're telling me that I'm hilarious. I'm just me, you know, I'm just being myself here. Okay, so now how do you know the potata is ready? You take it out, you burn your fingers. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. See, when I put the spinach, it's almost ready. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to do the eggs. And look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Don't worry, I'll bring you over there, show you. All right, let me show you. Can you see that? Okay, is it showing? Okay, remember what we do on the sides, guys. And then remember, opening it up over here, opening it up over there. Alrighty. Now, if you want to this, and if you have some pecorino romano cheese, you know, you can add some pecorino romano. Can you see that? Oh, there I am. Because I don't know where the phone is at. Okay. See that? All right, but you see it. You know what I mean now. You can see, you know what I mean now. Okay. So, pecorino romano cheese will be very tasty on this. Okay. If you don't want to do no cheese, that's okay. You don't have to do the cheese. Okay, don't stress about it. Because this is all supposed to be fun, a lot of fun. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a different technique. Okay, so in a different technique, I am going to put this in, I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to go in quarters. And then I'm going to go underneath and flip that quarter, flip that quarter, flip that quarter, and flip that quarter. Okay, are you guys getting sick over here? Okay, So you see how I flip the quarters? So then that way you don't have to get another dirty plate. All right? Look how beautiful that is. This is how my father liked his potato, to look like that, You see that? Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do with this is I am going to make some sliced, probably manzana, apple. Beautiful apple. I'm going to slice it. I'm going to get some bananas. I also have some delicious pineapple that I'm going to mix it all together and do like a little fruit on the side. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I bring lots of love to you from my beautiful cucina to your cucina. I'm Elena Jones, and grazie mille per stare con me. Thank you a million for you guys to be with me. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And please support my local channel, YouTube, so that way we can send it out so more people can see it. Because for me, it's all about bringing the joyful cooking of my heritage with you, teach you Spanish, teach you English, and teach you some wonderful, yummy, delicious meals. All right, guys, I love every one of you. I so love you so much. Blessings, blessings, and many blessings. Ciao, ciao, belli. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao, belli.